Brothers and sisters, on this Saturday, this special day that we think of Mary, and we start to ponder her own virtues, her life. Just think of her motherly heart, her presence in our life, her guidance, her influence over our life, as we spoke about a few days ago. Often I think about using my imagination, of course, which is such a gift that God has given us. He's given us an imagination, especially for prayer, and to be able to lead us to be with Him. When we pray, we engage all parts of our mind and heart. And the imagination is a precious gift that God gave us that we must cherish and not take for granted. And because, of course, when we pray, God could inspire the imagination. And through the inspiration of the imagination, we could really be in contact with God in the beautiful images that He bestows upon our mind and heart in prayer. And so I was just thinking that, often what I do on a Saturday in particular, I would, give particular attention in my meditation to the mystery of Our Lady, and Our Lady is our mother in our lives. And I often think about what was it like for Bernadette to see Mary, for the children in Fatima to see her face, or as I believe the visionaries in Medjugorje to see her. And to, one of the visionaries asked Our Lady in Medjugorje, "Mary, why are you so beautiful?" And she says, "It's because God has given it to me to love much, and it's because of her love that she's made beautiful." So, that radiance of eternity that Mary brings with her, because she's one with that eternal reality. And so just to, close our eyes and to say Mary, and to have the presence of our mother, who loves us more than our earthly mother could ever possibly love us, or loves us with the heart of God in the most incredible way, because no one in heaven is as united to God as Mary is. In heaven, everybody be fully happy and full to their brim, but they'll be filled to the brim in different capacities of how they live their life on earth, towards what way they were open to God on earth and what way they were transformed to God on earth. So there's no lack of fulfillment in any of them. But as Saint Therese says, the glass would be full, but you have different sizes of glasses. So, but the glass is full, and one is at its perfection, you could say. But every single moment on earth is precious, because every single moment on earth determines our eternity, which is such a mystery between time and eternity. That's why, we really have to be aware and attentive to the graces given to us, so that we don't waste them, that we seize the day, because we also don't know the hour that the Lord will come and call us. We really don't know the day that we will have to go home to meet the Lord and to give an account of our life in the light of His love and the light of His presence. And so Our Lady, meditating on her and just to think about her face, her eyes, the tenderness of her heart, and just to be aware that she's there, and she's in an active involvement in our life. She's not passive, she's actively involved in our lives. And I think this is a beautiful truth that we should recall all the time, because there's something about her presence that allows us to enter into a unique space in God, new access, unique access to the Lord's heart through His mother's heart. And so one of the great things is just to simply contemplate her face, the radiance of her eyes. Just use your imagination, and I think that within all of that, really, you will have a real contact with Mary, and of course she is full of grace. So contact with Mary is contact really with her Son, who is the source of all grace, and contact with God. And one of the things that I think about with Our Lady that we hear, one of the descriptions of her personality, is that she pondered these things in her heart. She actively sought to piece together the events that were happening in her life. She didn't have it She didn't know exactly where everything was going to lead or how exactly her son was going to save. She knew it involved suffering. She knew it involved, probably contradiction, that she knew it involved so much. But she had to, surrender and be step by step in the whole process as divine providence unfolded in her life. And this is how Mary would have grown in faith as well. She would have grown in love, even though she had no sin, but she still had to grow in love and grow in her own union with God. And so for us to learn to ask her how to ponder the mysteries of Jesus' life in our hearts, how to keep that silence, how to hear God. And that's one of the most beautiful gifts that we have, is that the ability that to speak to God. God gave us the dignity of speaking to him and listening to us and answering our prayers.